Yo, yo, what up, Obito?
Hey, what up, Naruto?
Kicking it like karate pimp.
There we go, drunken jutsu. What it do,
What it do? What it do? Brother, the man is back. He's not injured, and he showed out.
bro? He's about to be a fucking issue in the UFC. Tom Aspinall, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes, Tom Aspinall is fucking back. And all you cocksuckers that wanted to talk shit this week,
and
fuck
if
you.
you and if you don't know who he is, you gotta know who the fuck he is now, man.
The best part about his return to me, but seeing him win in the fashion that he did, the shit talkers the shit talk immediately started. Obviously, because they went immediately like, oh, he beat a scrub. Oh, he beat this guy. 2 weeks before that, Tybura was a damn ranked heavyweight getting ready to take on his biggest challenge yet. But he wasn't a scrub then. Now
No,
all
he
of a
was
sudden he loses to Tom Aspinall in a quick fashion, and now he's the scrub all of a sudden.
he was a top five heavyweight, man. And this man comes off an injury and makes him look like he's not even the top 15 heavyweight.
Like that shit pissed me off. And so many people were talking crap, dude. And obviously, if you know me, if you've been following this podcast, pre Tom Aspinall injury, I'm a big fan of Tom Aspinall. Always have been since his earlier days in the UFC. So I already knew. I had been saying it. My dream fight has always been Tom Aspinall versus John Jones. That's the most to me, that's one of the most equally matched heavyweight fights in the UFC. They're both technical strikers. They're both technical wrestlers. They both have very good fight IQ. These casual fucking new fans haven't seen Tom Aspinall like we seen the growth of Tom Aspinall to where he is now. I knew he was going to come back a lethal weapon, dude, and he proved it.
Absolutely, man. The dude has a winning record, dude. He's an absolute machine. He's lethal weapons for hands, dude. His wrestling is underrated, man. It would be a perfect matchup against John Jones. I'm talking. You have the future in
Perfect.
the, and I know there's speculation of John Jones retiring and stuff
I
like
mean, it's
that.
very similar to Anderson Silva passing the torch to Izzy.
Perfect.
It really is, dude. Like, if you really look at Tom Aspinall, how he is as a fighter, he's almost a replica, bigger version of what the skill of John Jones as a heavyweight. I know we haven't seen much of John Jones as a heavyweight, but he has the skill of John Jones. He's just bigger.
Dude, he's bigger, he's lengthier, man. And the thing is, your top five heavyweights are about to be out. John Jones, near his end. Stipe, I don't even know why he's fighting again, to be honest. Cyril Gahn, I think he's proved that he's overrated. I would love to see Aspinall whoop his ass and get Cyril Gahn out of here. But besides that, the heavyweight division is, I don't see anybody competing with him.
People keep saying like Sergey Pavlovich, which I think Sergey has hella power in his punches. Don't get me wrong, but dude, he's gonna get outclassed by Tom Aspinall. All Tom Aspinall has to do is not be an idiot and control the distance, and you win easily.
I see him catching Sergey, backpedaling, pop him, boom, bum rush, done.
Yeah, that's the thing. All these people who have fought Sergey in the past have been inside the distance, inside of his power.
Yeah.
That's the wrong move. You don't want to exchange with that guy. You wrestle
And
him.
Aspinall's a very intelligent, high IQ fighter.
Yeah, he's not going to allow that to happen. Just like John Jones would have beaten Sergey in the first round.
Oh, easily, and that's what's gonna happen, man. I see Aspinall finishing these top fivers, dude.
So I would love to see. I really hope that they move him straight into a title fight against John Jones if John Jones beats Stipe. But I really hope John doesn't retire because I really want to see that fight. Like that's my dream heavyweight fight at the moment, and it has been. I've been
Yeah,
saying
man.
it ever since John Jones returned to heavyweight that the Tom Aspinall is the John Jones killer. He's the only one that's going to beat John Jones. And you know me, John Jones is my number one. I'm not
Yeah,
just saying it because I don't like John Jones. Tom Aspinall is fucking good. And don't get me wrong, Almeida is going to be a problem too. Is when he gets bigger or when he gets higher in the rankings and gets that big shot, he's going to be a problem. So I would love to see that fight in the future as well.
that'd be a good fight, man. That'd be probably the best fight coming out of there, dude. To be
But
honest with you.
I think we'll see because I think Cyril Gahn wins against the other Sergey Spivak. I think Tom Aspinall beats him. I think not Tom Aspinall. I think Cyril Gahn's a better all around fighter. But actually, I don't know, man. Sergey Spivak, he like one of those what kind of fighter is that shit called, man?
Well, you talking about like a Hapkido judo guy?
He is not a judo guy. No, he's not a lot of fighters are this.
What is he? Hold on one sec.
He has a certain style. I can't remember what it is off the top of my head.
He's gonna fucking kill me.
Are you looking it up?
I can't call it, man. I can't find it.
It'll tell you what it is if you click on it.
I don't see it.
All right, hold on. I gotta see it. I gotta find it because it's gonna bug me if I don't find it. Sergey Spivak, Cyril Gahn. Where is this?
Sambo?
Sambo. Yeah, he's a Sambo fighter. That's what it is.
So?
Yeah, he is 100%. I just couldn't remember what it's called. Yeah, he's a Sambo fighter. So not a lot of people are not. There's not a lot of those, but they're good. And he is a really good Sambo fighter.
But do you remember what Tom Aspinall did to him?
Yeah, he beat him.
He beat the shit out of him.
That's why I said Cyril Gahn's gonna win, and then we're likely to see Tom Aspinall versus Cyril Gahn. And then winner fights Sergey Spivak for the belt. Pavlovich. Yeah. Pavlovich for the belt.
That'd be good.
So,
that'd be good.
But yeah, man, I just had to go right into the Tom Aspinall talk because I could have gone on and on about it the whole time, but I wanted to get that out of the way. Tom Aspinall's back, baby. Put some respect on his name. The injury didn't look like it affected him at all. He came immediately in and said, I'm going to land a kick and see how this thing feels, and we're going to go from there.
Absolutely, man. And after that, we can go to the fight of the night, dude. Paul Craig.
Oh, dude. Paul Craig and Andre Muniz. And what's crazy is we called the Paul Craig win.
Oh, of course we did, dude.
We were riding the Paul Craig train, the underdog. Paul Craig looks good at that weight.
Bro, this is gonna be his weight. I mean, dude, he looks like a bigger middleweight to me, which is awesome to me, dude. And he wasn't fighting a scrub, dude. Andre Muniz is lethal, dude. Don't get me wrong. But Paul Craig, dude, he looked fucking good, dude. He looked clean. His takedowns were good. His strikes were good. The dude looked fucking awesome.
Dude, Muniz, he looks like a spider.
Yeah, he looks like
his head is like this big, and his arms are like fucking long as fuck. He's this long fighter. But yeah. Paul Craig, man, I was real shocked that he looked that good.
Paul Craig looked dirty, man. You don't see much of him, striking as well like that. I mean,
what do you think about the call out?
Oh man, who'd he call out?
Bo Nickel.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Must have got a beer of that one. No way.
Yeah. So Paul Craig calls out Bo Nickel and says, "Let me welcome you into the rankings."
Oh shit.
That would be an awesome fight.
People sleeping on Bo Nickel's hands, man. Let him get slapped.
They'll sleep on Bo Nickel's hands, but like I said again, we all know Paul Craig's a submission artist, but he knocked out Andre Muniz. So who knows, man? We might need to watch out for Paul Craig's hands.
Yeah, submission artist, but I get it, man. But the thing is, Bo Nickel, dude, his wrestling IQ, he's not gonna fuck you.
No, he's not.
That dude is he'll blast you, but he's not gonna let you grab him. These jiu-jitsu guys, I'm sorry, man. I love their game. But if you're strictly a grappler trying to win in the MMA like that with mediocre hands, all I got to do is not get grabbed.
Yeah, true. But if Bo Nickel takes him down, Paul Craig's his best fights off his back.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that would be a hell of a fight. I would love to see that, though. I'm glad he called out Bo, and that's a fight in the future I would love to see for sure.
That'd be sick, man. That'd be sick.
Let's see what else kind of went down in that. I know the very first fight of the night was kind of dope. Philo to start the night was in trouble right off the rip, and that started the night out with a banger. He was off the rip. He was almost knocked out, and then ended up getting the arm triangle like right after he was almost beat, and ended up winning the fight. So that was crazy for him, and I called that too because a lot of people were like, when I was in the Discord and people were talking about like, oh, why did we pick Philo? Why did you pick him? I was like, did anybody not watch his last fight? He fought Muhammad Makayev and almost ripped the dude's leg in half.
I know, right?
Like the guy can submit people really well, and he proved that too. Like I was surprised he didn't lose, but and then the Irish girl, she made her debut and ended up losing pretty. Like I thought she got beat pretty bad. I mean,
She
it
did.
like she just looked outskilled.
She did, dude. She was undefeated going to that, and she's huge. But I mean, welcome to the UFC, baby.
Yeah, so that one was it. Let's see, Nathaniel Woods, good win by him. That was a hell of a fight. That was actually probably one of the best fights of the night.
Yeah, man. We were. I'm pretty sure we called that one.
Yeah, we
If I'm
did.
right.
We went. I think we went 3-3 or 4-2 on the night in
We
the main
definitely
card.
the Molly McCann one. We definitely.
Yeah, we did not win that. And I think the whole world were kind of like, because we called her being a one trick pony. Like we said Stolarenko is a one trick pony. If she's gonna win, she's gonna win by an armbar. And what do you know? Molly McCann is a scrub.
My God, scrub patty, right? Can we all say? Can we agree real quick?
Man, I know some people who are going to listen to this are going to have some shit talk to say because I talked a lot of shit after it because I've been saying it, man. I've never really been a fan of Patty, never really been a fan of Molly. And especially after Molly got beat by Erin Blanchfield like she did, it just exposed her weaknesses. And she didn't learn from her mistake. And she clearly didn't execute on any sort of grappling during her training, or she wouldn't have got submitted as easily. She rolled right into it.
She rolled right into it, man. And the thing is, like, the hype with the whole Patty thing that happened, that was fucking awesome. But the thing is, her record wasn't that impressive prior to this. And then you see her just get fucked up in the first round, 2 fights in a row. I
Yeah.
mean, the hype's not real with that one. That's for fucking damn sure.
Yeah, she's gonna really if she doesn't one get cut if she loses again, she's gonna have to they're gonna have to pair her up with someone who is like very low ranked
Oh,
and give her like a redemption fight because that was embarrassing almost. And I don't think Stolarenko is even that good. So why she even like how she won so easily is beyond me. But yeah, we definitely lost that fight for sure.
yeah.
But overall though, I mean, it wasn't a terrible card. It was definitely a good one. I mean, I thought overall it was hype. I love the fact that it was during the day, so I got to fully focus on UFC pretty much the whole day, which was great. But it really set the tone for what's next coming this week.
Let's fucking dive in, dog. So I can talk for a minute about this.
One of
Let's
the
dive.
crazy this I think this might be one of the first pay per views I've seen where there's no title fight.
I know, man. We said this earlier this week, man. This is just instead of us getting a fight night, this is us getting a for the people card. And
For the people
you got
card.
you got some of the favorites fighting here. You have Tony Ferguson. I love that dumbass, man. You got Stephen Thompson. You got Alex that's about to fucking turn up, dude. And then you have Dustin and Justin, dog. I mean, this is gonna be fucking awesome.
We have 7 fights in a row of everybody's like fan favorite fighters, pretty much.
It's insane, dude. Like Derek Lewis
Derek
fighting.
Lewis in the prelims against Delima, which is going to be a great fight. Somebody's getting KO'd. You already know that's going to happen.
DeLima's no scrub, dude. And I honestly, if Derek Lewis gets pieced up again, bro,
It might be time. He just needs to be a commentator. I would love that. Would be so awesome if Derek Lewis was a commentator.
Oh my God, dude. If you get him and Daniel fucking Cormier fucking commentating together, God.
I don't think they'd let Derek Lewis commentate though. I feel like he'd just be he'd be too much.
Things attention span's that good either. He talks kind of slow, right?
But then again, they just released that Chael Sonnen's back on the list of people who are going to be talking at the next UFC.
No way. Why was he not on it? For what happened?
I'm not sure. I don't really know the true story, so I don't know. I can't really speak on it.
He's fucking awesome.
He was a legend back in the day. When you gave him a mic, you knew something was about to come out. He was like the original shit talker, one of the original shit talkers.
Oh man, he was good, dude. He was good.
He had that one line where he was like, he's like, I don't care if it's one guy or 3 guys. You better call 911 or something like that. He said some like crazy line. It was like, because they're all gonna need 911 at the end of it. I was like, you can't not love Chael Sonnen.
Dude, I remember his stuff with Tito Ortiz. That was hilarious. I remember, watching the Ultimate Fighter when Wanderlei Silva attacked him and fucking Chael scooped his ass, bro. I can't let you get close. I can't let you get close. Scooped his ass and fucking put the baiters on him, dude.
Yeah, he was like what a WWE superstar back in the day was, but to the UFC.
Randy Orton.
But John Jones made him his bitch. So
I mean, Chael Sonnen, to my defense, Sam's defense, dude, he did get a bunch of title shots at the end of his career.
yeah, that's true.
He was older, man, and like, it is what it is, man. I wanted him to do well, but like, to get a title shot, you needed to fucking be good for 3 years straight. And if you were getting good at the end of your career, it kind of was shitty for you.
Now I agree, but I can't wait to hear him back on the mic again doing some commentary. That's gonna be fun to hear. So, but yeah, man, we can kind of dive in. I want to do something. I know you're gonna be coming over to my crib tomorrow. I think a good idea what we might do for the people is go live and do a betting preview. So that's when we'll go in and we'll break down every fight and do a live betting preview on YouTube for everyone. I think that'd be good. We could just kind of talk about the fights now, but we'll do like a high level betting preview tomorrow. What you think?
Love that, man. I was actually gonna tell you something about that later, so
Yeah,
run that up.
that'd be dope. I'm down with that. So, but yeah, so this is definitely a for the people card. We got Derek Lewis, DeLima. That's going to be in Knockout City. Bonfim and Giles to finish off the prelims. But then we get to the main card. We got Chiesa Hollins right off the rip. Two guys, two nice strikers. That should be a fun fight. I'm excited to see that.
I love watching Kevin Holland fight.
Who doesn't?
I mean, dude. I mean, he's fought some difficult people. I mean, the thing is, he's not fought scrubs, dude. He's battle tested, like for sure. He's fought Chamov, Thompson. He's fought, dude. He's coming off a third round knockout win. So like, dude, yeah, whatever the fuck you say, I still can't pronounce his name, dude. In fact, homie hasn't fought for over a year.
Yeah,
so,
I know.
Like, what's up with that?
We're gonna talk about him too because he just got a fight announcement against Paulo Costa, so that should be a really good one. But yeah, man, Kevin Holland, you gotta love Kevin Holland fights. He's definitely there for the money, but he always puts on a good performance. Tony Ferguson, Bobby Green, scrappers, bro. This another one that's gonna be a hell of a fight. I can't wait to see it. I really hope Tony Ferguson wins just to kind of put a stamp on his legacy, because if he loses, it's going to be kind of sad to watch if he loses pretty badly. But I'd love to see Tony Ferguson win because he's a crazy son of a bitch.
I mean, Tony Ferguson has lost, I think, 5 fights in a row.
I wouldn't doubt it.
No, yes.
His last fight was against Diaz, right?
Lost to him, lost to Chandler, lost to Dariush,
Yeah.
lost to Charles, lost to Gaethje. So, I mean, the thing is, dude, that interview with him, that kills me. He's like, there's a rat, but I'm a turtle, a Ninja Turtle. My favorite one's Michelangelo. What's yours?
Oh, dude. You gotta love Tony Ferguson, man. And he's had some issues outside of the UFC too, man. He's had some damn like issues with the law. This man has he?
Has he really?
Yeah, man. Remember like a couple months back, he like had gotten into a wreck, got a DUI, flipped his truck.
Oh man.
He's wild, bro. Yeah, and then he had that one phone call where his wife like called in on him and was like somebody come get him. He's a UFC fighter, so be careful. He's trying to kill me. And you're like, what is his name? His name's Tony Ferguson. Like his wife like called the police.
I forgot about that.
Like he's had some issues, bro. And then we got Wonder Boy. Wonder Boy and Pierre. Pierre is gonna be a man, dude. That's gonna be a fight too, man. There's so many good striking fights in this card. I'm excited to see this shit.
Dude, does Alex and Michael have the same last name?
Yeah, Piero.
Are they related?
No.
Just,
I think we know that if they were.
That's like the Brazilian Smith.
Yeah, probably.
Sick.
But everybody loves a good Wonder Boy fight. He's one of the legends of the UFC. One of my favorite fighters ever. So I'm excited to see that, and he's getting older too. So, but he still looks good. I mean, his last fight he looked great.
He's still a top 10 fighter, man, and I mean, the dude he's fighting is, he's on a winning streak and all that stuff like that. But I just I see Wonder Boy still doing it. I'm sorry, dude.
I
I'm
think
not
so
gonna
too.
bet. I'm not gonna bet against him, dude.
You
And
can't
I
bet
hope
against
he
Wonder
does.
Boy.
Fuck no, dude. And I hope he does it in knockout fashion.
Yeah, but see the thing. So the last time when him and Kevin Holland fought, they had like a mutual agreement not to take each other down. So it was like no takedowns. So let's just stand and bang. Kevin Holland chose the wrong person to stand and bang with. Obviously, you don't want to stand and strike with a guy who's one of the top level strikers in the UFC. And
Yeah,
I think we're gonna see the same thing. As long as Wonder Boy doesn't get taken down, he definitely wins the striking battle.
yeah.
And then Blachowicz Piera, I cannot believe this is not a title shot. Like after the Jamal Hill injury, then we get this fight coming up and we don't get an interim title shot. Like that's such a disappointment and a letdown.
It is a letdown, but I mean, do you think he deserves it?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, dude, if anybody deserves to go right into a title shot, it's a guy who was just the champ. I mean, he was just the
But
champ at middleweight.
yeah, I mean, who else would get it above them though?
I mean, there's only Blachowicz and Magomed, and it was Jamal Hill and Yuri. And then
Yeah,
Alex Pereira comes in and he steps up a weight class, which is where he should be. He's looking hella lethal on these
he looks
videos.
scary, bro.
It's scary. And if he gets a big win over Blachowicz, you got to give him Yuri. Like,
Yeah, when was Yuri's last fight, dude?
well, Yuri got the injury. It was probably last year.
It was last year. It was over a year ago. Is there any news on him returning yet? I have not
Yeah,
heard jack.
he's supposed to be returning towards the end of the year, beginning of next year, I think.
Okay, I mean that'd be
So
awesome. Yeah,
I think that's what we get, but I hate seeing a vacant belt like this. Like this should be this should be a vacant title fight.
yeah. I mean Magomed, what's up with him?
Well, because they had the draw him and Blachowicz, which they should have been a rematch.
Yeah,
Like I don't know why that wasn't the case, but you got to give the winner either the winner of this gets Yuri when he returns, which will be like the perfect amount of time, or but then you keep the belt empty for another 5-6 months.
I just don't know why Magomed hasn't fought yet. It's been.
I don't know. UFC just
I
hasn't
mean,
set him up.
you think he would, and I mean, just based on he's only lost one time in the UFC, right? Or in his whole entire career.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what really the ordeal is with that, but I know that the performance that they put on wasn't that great.
It wasn't, man. I
So,
mean, that fucking.
but this is clear that they think that Blachowicz won, or he wouldn't be getting this big of a fight right off the rip.
I love it, dude. I think Alex is gonna do fucking insane, dude. He made Izzy look like a bad striker at the last fight. He was getting his ass beat that fight, dude. Izzy
Yeah,
won towards the end with that fucking rope and dope shit. Alex is gonna knock this guy out. I'm calling it first round, dude.
it's
He's
gonna be
going to
tough because
fucking.
if Blachowicz wrestles him, that's where the problem lies. Because we don't know how good Alex is going to be with grappling, especially a grappler that's bigger and can grapple like Blachowicz. So we just don't know. But striking, I don't see a way that Alex loses the striking battle.
My hot take is definitely first round knockout, TKO, Alex, all fucking day. I'm
I'll,
super confident in it.
yeah, I don't hate that at all. I really like Alex. Dude. People are so oblivious to how good of a striker he actually is.
In the world,
Yeah,
brother, in the world.
I think he might be top 3 best strikers in the UFC in the world, 100%.
And dude, who would you say would be a better striker than him in the UFC? Besides that, is fucking Izzy's 1-3 against him, I guess, 1-2 against him, whatever. Who do you think would be a better striker than him?
All around kickboxing and striking, probably it's not really nobody.
Nobody, dude. This is the best striker in the UFC.
He stands up so straight and he lands everything so tactical.
Those calf kicks, dude. I can't
They're
stop
dirty.
talking. They're so unused in the
They're a game
UFC.
changer.
Oh my god, dude. It's gonna make you fall. You can barely walk after a couple of those, dude.
So
Let
we'll
alone throw a punch.
I don't know how that one's gonna go. All right, we'll dive more into that one tomorrow because we might go. We're gonna be on live stream, so we're gonna watch some fights. We'll watch the last Blachowicz fight. We'll watch the Izzy fight. So we'll kind of get a little bit more technical with it. But I mean, this main event though, you want to talk about a striking battle? If either of these guys take each other down, I would be surprised.
This is uncallable. And the thing is, man, I'm stoked. I saw.
I know who I like though.
So do I.
I like Justin Gaethje.
So do I. I saw a little interview today, and it was from what Dustin said. It was about he was like, I don't see this lasting the full time at all. And if it does, I guess we'll be meeting each other in the hospital to talk about it because that's where we'll both be.
And I could see that. I mean, the last time these guys fight, it was a brawl.
This is gonna be a brawl, dude, and it's gonna be. No, I don't think they're training not to get gassed because these guys have good chins, dude. This could go 3 rounds in a late knockout in the 3rd round submission. But listen, Gaethje has fought more recently. He's more fresh. And the thing is, I just think he's almost gotten better.
Yeah, I agree, especially after the fight against Fiziev, which was very shocking that he won that fight as well as he did. So, and I know there's a big factor to this in play that I've been reading up on, and I'm very intrigued about this. Obviously, altitude plays a big effect in fights.
Yep.
So they're fighting in Salt Lake City. Justin Gaethje trains out of Salt Lake City, so he's used to fighting at a high level of altitude. Dustin Poirier does not. He fights in Florida, which is like the most equal level of altitude there is. And Gaethje fights at that high level of altitude all the time. That's where he trains at. That's what he does. I think that's going to play a big effect because I don't think Dustin Poirier has fought at a place like this of this high level of altitude in his career.
Damn, yeah, I didn't put that in place. He's that's definitely gonna put something in the air. And
even there was somebody who fought like he was like I got there. I got there like 3 months in advance to train, and it still wasn't enough to fight at that high level of altitude. I don't remember who it was that said that, but
who do you think has a better chin?
They both have about the same, dude.
Yeah. Who do you think's in better shape?
Man, I don't know, dude. Dustin Poirier looks great.
I think he's in better shape. Who do you think has better knockout power?
Justin Gaethje.
Bet.
I think so. I think Justin Gaethje is just. I think he just has that like mentality of like a Diaz mentality. It's like I don't get knocked out, I lay punishment, but Dustin Poirier is the same way, dude. It's really gonna be tough to see how this fight plays out. I don't know. It's definitely a pick 'em. I'm surprised that it's not an even. Like it's minus 150 plus 125, so it's basically an even fight. Which Alex Pieta and Blachowicz is an even fight as well. So I don't know. I'm really excited to watch that fight because I know it's for the BMF belt, which is kind of like a bullshit, thing they got going on in the UFC, which I think is cool, but
it's for the people, man.
It's for the people. Like they should just call it. This should just be the People's Champ belt,
bro. That would be sick.
And I don't like Dustin Poirier.
Neither do I, dude. I don't fucking like him, dog, at all, dude.
Me and Louisiana are like enemies, blood enemies. I don't fuck with that.
Yeah, so, I don't like him at all, man.
I will not deny the fact that he's one of the best lightweights there's been, and he's definitely up there.
He's up there, man. I'd give him top 10. I'd put him at 10.
So I'm really excited to see this. I think it's going to be. I just want to see him stand and bang. I just want him to come out blood. I want him like the Michael Chandler Dustin Poirier fight, where it's just blood, the whole fight. Like that. That's what we want. That's what the fans want, and they're giving it to us. So good
Yeah.
job, UFC, by putting this card together. This is definitely a for the people's card. I can't believe that they're gonna charge $80 for a pay-per-view that with no title shot, which is kind of crazy to me, but it's for the people. They gotta do it.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I was looking at some MMA news and just speaking of sluggers, dude. It was Nate Diaz who you reeled who his the toughest opponent was. And did you hear who he said it was?
Uh-uh.
He was like, my brother actually fought him too, and it was actually that motherfucker Josh Neer. Do you remember him?
Oh, you know what? I think I did hear this. Maybe I did.
Yes. He was like, out of all the people I fought,
He
that
was.
fucking dude Josh Neer,
He said he
and
punched
he
the
was
hardest that anybody's ever felt. Right?
and his brother went toe to toe with him as well, man. And it's like, I think we should watch that fight. I want to watch Nick versus Josh Neer and Nate versus Josh Neer.
I'm down.
I mean, if we're gonna be sipping, we got to throw in a DS fight or
You
two.
got to, and maybe we'll throw in an old McGregor fight. McGregor Dustin Poirier.
Oh, fuck that fight. Which one? Wait, they only fought once, right? Or twice?
Twice. The second one,
I don't like watching that second one, man.
or we'll watch
But
the first one then.
then again, dude, I'm losing, Conor McGregor hype. What Chandler said today was on today though. Everyone, he did say this. He said the fight is 100% happening.
Yeah,
So we will see that fight, and it could be this year, dude.
it's gonna be great. I just finished the Ultimate Fighter, the last night's episode. Right before we jumped on the pod, I watched it because I missed last night's. It was very fucking. That was such a bad episode. This is such a bad season, Nick.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty bad. I mean, last night, they so obviously Chandler's team went 7-1. It was like he swept the board pretty much. So now they have to set up the semifinals, and they tried to like split the teams up and do like, all right, so now that we're in the semifinals, we're gonna put some of you guys on Team McGregor and some of you guys on Team Chandler. Some of the guys from the Team Chandler who have already won, they tried to put them on Team McGregor. And Dana White was like, "We'll just give them the option if they want to move over, they can." And those guys were like, "Fuck that! They don't. They didn't want to.
Really?
They didn't want to. Only one guy wanted to go to Team McGregor, and that was the guy who trains out of Ireland, who trains out of the gym, the McGregor gym, and all that stuff. Brad Katona, I think is his name. But then we got to see the first semifinal fight, but there was no coaches because
Golly.
it was two of Michael Chandler's teammates that fought each other, and they didn't want to be on Team McGregor, so they had no coaches. It was dead silent the whole fight, dude. You could hear him breathing. And then
What the
and
fuck?
they put on the most boring performance, dude. It was like, I've always said this, Nick, and I know you would do the same thing, bro. If me and you ever got the chance to professionally fight against each other at a high level to become a UFC, like to get back into the UFC, me and you, we would tell each other, dude, this is what we have to do. Let's put on a fucking show.
Yes.
Blood, sweat, and
Yeah.
tears. Let's put it in there. Beat my face in. I'm gonna elbow you. You kick me. Do what you got to do. Like let's fucking do this. These guys didn't, bro. They played tag. And you hear Conor McGregor on the sideline going like, "This is not a spar, boys. This is an actual fight." Like, oh man, it was so boring. And I saw a buddy of ours, Murky, commented on that today. It was like, man, this is like that was one of the worst like episodes I've seen of The Ultimate Fighter, and it really was. It was bad.
Golly, dude. I just hate that bullshit, man. You're not gonna you have one shot to do something great like this, and you're not gonna do it. Like, I don't get it, man.
And it's not even like they just had one shot. It's like these guys are getting their last shot. They were ex UFC fighters who are trying to get back into the UFC. It's like, this is what you wanted. This is what you came here for. You have to win. Fuck teammates. Fuck a friendship. Like,
Yeah.
you got to do what you got to do for your family at that point.
Absolutely, man. I get it, dude. That's just stupid to me, dude. It's like
And-
people are scared to get exposed, and it's like you rather have a longer career not getting exposed or knocked out, thinking you won't get another shot.
Khabib.
That's fucking pussy mentality, dude.
Khabib.
Yeah, Khabib, yes.
Oh,
So, dude, some other news I was looking at, man. Do you remember Zabit Magmadev Sharipov?
oh, the guy that they offered a title shot to that denied it?
He denied it, dude. And honestly, I mean, I get it. He was undefeated in the UFC. He's a beast, but like, I almost think that's with the rankings that as is how they are. Volk's weight class is it needs something, right? So I get that they wanted to bring something exciting and bring that automatically back, but I don't know, man. I would you want to see the Ela fight, you want to see the Ilya Topuria fight.
Yeah.
You want to see, and it's insane to me. And also, I read earlier that Max Holloway, dude, because Max Holloway, dude, he's not gonna beat Volk. So he said he wants to fight the winner of Dustin and Justin.
That'd be cool.
And that's for the people, dog.
That's another for the people fight. I like that.
They meet in the middle, catch weight for baddest motherfucker belt. Because Max, I love you. Everybody loves you, but this isn't gonna work.
That's another guy whose striking level is up there, top notch.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, he loses to Volk. Volk's whole all around IQ is just there, but take everything and just put striking into perspective. Max Holloway is one of the best strikers in the UFC.
Oh yeah, top 3. No fucking matter what, top 3.
So I would love to see that.
I mean,
That would be cool.
Crap.
I don't know. That would be tough though, because I mean, Max Holloway it's going to be power versus skill at that point, dude.
Yeah, and it's gonna be fun, man. Like, it's gonna be fun.
So damn, dude, that would be sick.
He talked about it happening, like fucking A. Like, do that for us. I mean, keep on doing what you're doing in UFC. Like, you're fucking having one hell of a year for everybody so far.
Oh, dude, this has been one of the best years of fighting almost ever.
10 years, man. You got guys that are leaving. You have goats that are leaving. Goats have come back, and you have a bright future for these young cats that are going to take over for the next decade, man. You have such a deep roster of new talent, and it's going to be incredible to watch.
And then on top of that, we have in not next fight night, so we got like 2 weeks, and then we get the Dana White Contender Series back. So we've seen what's come out of the Dana White Contender Series. We got a Bo Nickel out of it. We have a Jamal Hill who came out of the Dana White Contender Series and became a champ. We have Dana White Contender Series is a big competition that shows a lot of good faces and brings in a lot of new talent. I love that's better than the Ultimate Fighter. They should just cancel the Ultimate Fighter and never do it again, and just give us the Dana White Contender Series twice a year.
I mean, if you're gonna do what you did this year with the Ultimate Fighter, ain't nobody want to watch that shit, dude. I mean, I hope they listen to criticism. We want you to feed these fucking guys booze. We want them to fight. I mean, it sucks. It's gonna be not the best representation of MMA, but I mean,
I don't know if they'll do another Ultimate Fighter after this one. As much criticism as it got, I think the numbers are low. If the only thing that might save them is one, they can't do it live at 10 p.m. on a Tuesday night.
Yeah,
that's one thing that's got to change. If you're gonna do it like a series. Put it on do an ESPN Plus series and release the episodes. Don't do it live. Release them as like a like a series. And I think that's what they have to do. I don't know how they can fix the Ultimate Fighter if they're going to do it, but what they did this year, they can't do that again.
No, they can't let that shit happen again, man.
They got to maybe they'll bring back veteran champs as coaches. Like, I get Conor McGregor, Michael Chandler, but hell, what if we brought in oh man, I don't even know. What if we brought in like some wild coaches the next season? And like you said, it has to be more reality.
I mean, dude,
they left that part out. They left the reality part of the TV show out.
You got to bring some faces that people like want to see. Glover Teixeira would be cool to watch in there. I mean, you can even go old school, man. Like, bring back fucking people. Bring back old legends from the best era of UFC.
Yep.
Like, dude, I mean, what the fuck is Rich Franklin doing anymore? I loved watching him. What the fuck is all these guys doing, man? There's so much guys that we want to see. That are great coaches now too. Like Uriah Faber is a fantastic coach, dude.
Yeah.
He would be great to watch. Watching him do it would just be incredible. Make Nate Diaz be. If you want to get views, let Nate Diaz be a fucking coach versus Nick, versus somebody.
What if they did a brother, the Ultimate Fighter brother edition? Nate versus Nick Diaz. Like, how cool would that be?
What about Ken versus Frank?
Ken
These
versus
guys.
Frank, they wouldn't do that.
Never gonna happen,
Never gonna happen. But damn, would that be crazy?
bro. And I bet you they would suit up and fight each other at the end. I bet you they would.
Who? Nate versus Nick, or
I
Ken
know.
versus Frank?
Yes, they would. It's a fight that never happened. They've wanted it their whole lives.
That would have been crazy. But see, that's the difference right there. Like we were just talking about the Ultimate Fighter, the guys that were like too buddy buddy and didn't want to fight each other. I bet if you threw Nate and Nick in the octagon and they fought like they would fight.
Oh, it would be the best fight ever. Dude, I'm sorry. Those guys, I don't want to say these certain words, so I don't want to get canceled. But those guys are fucking bitches who don't want to fight each other because they're friends. Dude, you're suspect as fuck.
Yeah, 100%.
Get the
Dude,
fuck out of here.
bring the
No, if you're
gangster back to the UFC, man. Give us
bro,
the fucking badasses who didn't give a shit, who wanted to just fuck people up. And that's like I've been listening to I listen to a lot of podcasts and shit. So I love listening to like when they bring on like MMA fighters, WWE fighters, and I was listening to Theo Vaughn the other day. He had Hulk Hogan on.
I saw that.
And
Dude.
I listened to it, dude, and you just hear some of the stories about back in the day, like Hulk Hogan, like the guys that they had beef with and the guys that he was friends with. But when they got into the ring, it was no holds bars, just beat the shit out of each other. And he brought up one fight. It was him versus Andre the Giant when he fought Andre the Giant. And Hulk Hogan had brought like a what are the women who in the airplanes, like
Flight attendant?
flight attendant. It was a flight attendant. Yeah. He brought a flight attendant to the fight. Like he flew her out with him to like sit at the thing, and he would like go over and like he would like Andre would like throw him to a certain way, and he would like go towards her, and he would like beat up Andre in the corner, and Andre caught on to it and realized it. And once he realized it, he started beating the shit out of Hulk Hogan. And in the ring, he was like, "No women, boy. Like we ain't doing that." And he beat the shit out of him. And Hulk Hogan was like, "I never did that again. I learned my lesson."
Oh my god, dude. There's a story about Andre the Giant, man. I forget what it was. I think it was on an airplane as well. Something that they had to I don't know if it was landing the plane early or something like that. This man took a fucking terrible 10-pound shit, dude.
On an airplane?
I don't know if it was an airplane or somewhere else, man. We got to look back into it. But I remember hearing about this a while ago and it caused a lot of issues. I mean, dude, that motherfucker was like 700 pounds, right?
Dude, they say he couldn't even like Hulk was like, yeah, he couldn't even sit in that chair. He couldn't even sit on that table. Like he in an airplane, he had to like sit with his neck sideways. Like that would
Yeah,
suck,
like
dude.
fucking, it's a big motherfucker.
Yeah, man. I actually miss like there's two things in the world that I love. I love fighting and I love wrestling. Not necessarily WWE, but I grew up like WWE was my first like wrestling was my first true love. I'm sure same with you. I mean, the fight UFC didn't come into play until like the late 90s, you know? Like mid to late 90s is when it started to get real popular. I mean, yeah, I started watching fighting in the mid 90s, late 90s when I was real young. I was still watching fighting, but in that era, I was so much more focused on, WWE or the NW, like the NWO era, the
Bro,
like that
yeah,
era of wrestling, the like WWF. Like I grew up a WWE fan or WWF fan. Yeah, DX. Like that bad era of wrestling was the greatest. The Attitude Era, yeah. And then obviously UFC. Obviously, I've loved it my whole life because you can't go wrong with seeing two grown men beat the shit out of each other.
yeah. I
And they
mean,
didn't
shit.
bring in like women until later on.
Yeah, of course. Speaking of DX, who was your favorite member of DX?
Oh, Road Dog.
Road Dogg? Okay, I'm an
Yeah.
H kind of guy. Though. I'm Shawn Michaels all
I
day.
mean, I love Shawn Michaels because we always finish the podcast with a little bit of Shawn Michaels love. But to be honest, my first favorite member was either X Pac or Road Dog, like the OG
No way.
OGs. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Road Dogg was about it. I mean, the dude was awesome. There was a Billy Gunn that was in it as well.
I mean, the OGs, yeah, China, Road Dog, um, X Pac,
Billy Gunn,
Billy Gunn, and then we added Triple H, then Shawn Michaels. There was a couple other people too. I just can't get off the top of my head.
dude. Dude, Billy Gunn had one of the most iconic suckets ever.
That is one of the most iconic moves. I remember going to my first my first ever wrestling event, and I brought the sign with me, and it just said, "I paint black sign poster spray painted DX," and that was it, bro.
Golly, that's
Actually,
so
let's go off the UFC a little bit because fuck it, why not, right? We talk about the UFC every week. I'd love to talk a little wrestling. Who
yeah.
who is? I mean, obviously, take Jeff Hardy out of the picture.
Okay.
All right, now we can get a little level headed.
Fuck.
Take Jeff Hardy out of the picture. Who is your top 3 favorite wrestlers of all time?
All time? You got to give me time frames, bro. Fuck.
All time. There's no time frame. I think I could do it. Take Jeff Hardy out of the picture because that's my number 1. There's nobody that did it like Jeff Hardy did it.
I'm gonna go basic, man. I really did like The Rock.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that, dude. The Rock was great. I know this segment is for Joey Gunn, man. My buddy Joey Gunn is a huge wrestling fan. He loves wrestling. So I hope Joe listens to this.
I loved Rey Mysterio, dude.
I like Rey Mysterio too.
Oh my god! But the thing is, this is not fair. This is not fair, man. Of course, people wouldn't say Stone Cold. That's basic.
I love Stone Cold. He's in my top 3.
Yeah. Okay. You didn't, man. I hate you. Didn't give me enough time for this shit.
This is just off the whim, bro. I'm just coming up with shit.
Yeah. I guess it'd be Stone Cold, man. I really did like. I love Scott Steiner, man. I really love Scott Steiner. I really loved Scott Steiner's homeboy was Buff Bagwell.
Buff Bagwell.
Yeah. I loved Scott Hall for a minute there, dude. I loved the Ultimate Warrior. I loved
that's Ink's favorite wrestler, the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah.
Oh, and I love Shawn Michaels, man. And then I mean I could go on forever, dude. It just depends on what era, really. I mean John Cena's iconic too, bro.
I love John Cena, dude. OG John Cena was one of the best WWE superstars ever. Held the world heavyweight champ, redefined the belt. The spinner belt, remember that shit?
Oh, come on!
How could you not? I think if I had to build a top 3, I would definitely put Stone Cold in it. Sting would be up there for me.
Yeah,
because dude, there's something about Sting, bro, with the baseball bat and the OG Sting, like when he fought like Undertaker and shit like that. I remember that fight, like that wrestling match specific when he buried, when Undertaker buried Sting, I think, or Sting buried Undertaker, or one of the two. Like that was one of the most iconic wrestlers. The Rock is up there too. I did enjoy The Rock. Damn, I miss Macho Man Randy Savage. Hulk Hogan was pretty dope. I did like Hulk Hogan.
Ric Flair.
Everybody loved Ric Flair.
Bret Hart.
Yeah, the Hitman Hart, man. Damn, man. I mean, we might need to watch some WWE, some old school wrestling too.
I think we should close that. We should do that tomorrow, man. And dude, if you want to do a separate pod once a week on wrestling, I'd be down. It'd be X-rated as fuck though.
All right, we'll call it the X-rated podcast. I'm down with that.
Opening song's got to be fucking DX.
Opening song DX. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm down with that. I love that. Yo. Anyways, let's bring it back into the UFC, I guess, because that's what the people want to hear, and that's what they're here for. Paulo Costa, Chimaev announced. That should be a good fucking fight, man. I think this is more of a test for Chimaev than he thinks it is. And I think Paulo Costa is. There's something about him. He's a pretty boy with a lot of muscle. But the thing is he's a good fighter.
Yeah, man. And he said he's gonna go break into his house and fuck him in the kitchen. That was the funniest thing I've ever seen in my. He's flexing his muscles, which look insane. He looks like a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
And he's doing that. He's like, ha 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 ha. I'm going to destroy you. Going to break your house. Fuck you in the kitchen. I love him.
There's the biggest Twitter trolls on in the UFC are Sean Strickland and Paulo Costa.
Love it.
Those two guys talk so much shit on Twitter. Speaking of Sean Strickland, he's had some beef right now going on with Kevin Lee. Keith Lee, his brother, I guess they had a racial controversy or something being said. Like Keith Lee said some racist stuff about him not liking white people or something, and then Sean Strickland called it out. Then Keith Lee's like, I didn't say that. But now his brother Kevin Lee's like, well, I'm gonna defend my brother. And Sean Strickland's like, well, let's go. Let's fight. I'm down. He's about that life. I'm with it.
And he may get the title shot too, man. So
He may. I don't like you said it last week. You don't, or you might have not said it last week, but you might have said it on the phone with me. Like you don't know how he deserves the title shot, which I could agree. I don't think he deserves it, but
dude.
there's really nobody else right now that can take the fight.
Yeah, I mean they've all fought recently, you know.
So
Um, I don't. I mean, I guess it'd be the guy that beat what is his name, Jared Cannonier, whatever.
oh, Jared Cannonier.
I mean, I guess
Yeah,
right.
that'd be the only
Besides,
guy. But did
but
Jared
he's already
Cannonier?
fought his and lost. So I mean, fuck.
Yeah, I don't know. So we'll see how that plays out. Got a lot of good coming up. We got Sandhagen versus Font now.
Yep.
That just got announced again because Sandhagen's opponent backed out. Dana White Contender Series starts up. We got the PFL playoffs about to begin. We got our guy Bubba Jenkins fighting
Yeah,
fighting in not this coming week, but the next Friday night he'll fight. So definitely tune in. We'll have that up in Discord. We got to see Bubba Jenkins live. He's actually a fucking dope ass dude in person. So definitely gonna be rooting for him to take that and win that big check. So and all of the PFL playoffs are coming soon. So we got the PFL playoffs. We got all of these up and coming pay-per-views. So strap in, get ready. Nasty. I don't know. I don't know if I have any other news, to be honest.
I'm good, man. Besides, August is gonna be a great month for like the whole entire organization, dude. I mean, we finally get to see Sugar Shane do his thing. So
Yeah, we got Sean O'Malley. We got the Dana White Contender Series starting. We got Luque DeSantos Fight Night main event. We got Sandhagen Font main event Fight Night.
yeah,
So it's going to be a really good month for sure. I agree. And the PFL starts back. Or the PFL playoff starts. So I'm excited for that. I want to kind of close it on this. I know I've been brainstorming a lot and we're going to get together tomorrow and talk a lot more about this, but I think we're going to start doing a lot more local scene fighting for the podcast. I think we're going to take this a little bit to a lower notch and start highlighting some Atlanta fighters, some Southern fighters, and try to get into some of these local fight clubs and get some interviews and kind of spread the podcast around our area and bring some attention because there's a lot of badass fighters down here in the South. So I think if we can get that going, it'll be really good for us. And we're going to brainstorm a little bit more about it. So if you're involved with the PFL and you listen, if you're involved in any other, organization that's down here in the South, the NFC, things like that, hit us up. We'd love to get into some of your fights and get in there and talk to some of your fighters after the fight or interview some of your fighters pre-fight. Let them share their name. That's our biggest goal, is to not only spread awareness to up and coming amateurs, but highlight these big cards as well. So I'm ready for that.
it's gonna be a good one.
Hell yeah, brother. Well, anyways, we'll close it like this. You know what we do. This is Over the Octagon podcast, powered by the Overs Club. Every single fight we show in the Discord. So if you're about it, be there. Let's see you in there. We got a good one coming up this week. I unfortunately won't be around this weekend to be able to attend, but it'll still be shown in the Discord by somebody. So if you do want to stop in and attend it, please stop in and watch the fights. We do show every single sport and event that you can think of. NFL season is upon us, so that is going to be, can't wait for that. NFL starts next week, bro.
I know, dude.
Football's back, man. I don't know how I'm going to balance football and fighting, dude.
It's gonna be good.
So I'm ready for that. But yeah, much love, baby. Nasty, you got anything you want to close out with?
Nah, man, it's Over the Octagon, baby.
Let's ride, brother. I'll see you next week. Actually, I'll see you tomorrow, but we'll see y'all next week for an episode, and we'll be live tomorrow, probably around 9:00, I'd say. Let us get a little let us get a little juice in our systems, you know what I'm saying? And we'll be live around 9:00 to go high level for this Gaethje Poirier fight. And we'll talk a little bit more, and we might actually watch some fights while we're on stream. So tune into that. We'll see y'all next week.
Peace.
I'll holler at you, Nasty. Peace.